Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Good morning. It is February 28th. Jump on, everyone. Good morning. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I hope you are ready for the week. If you are not, let's jump in here and let's rock this thing today. Good morning, everybody. Let me see if I can see your comments today. Jump on, say good morning to me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am super excited that you're here. Let's get this thing going. I always start with gratitude and appreciation after I do our affirmations. I have one that's several that are fire today, and I'm gonna read all three of them because they're just awesome. I love it. I love it. This number one says, everything and everybody prospers me now, and I, Shay Wilson, or whoever you are, say I prosper everything and everybody. I love that one. Everything and everybody prospers me now, and I, Shay Wilson, prosper everything and everybody. The second one is fire. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day. Miracles shall follow miracles, and wonders shall never cease. If you have, listen, I'm talking about these affirmations because we're talking about systems today. I want you to listen. It's a method to this madness. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day. Miracles shall follow miracles, and wonders shall never cease. If you haven't said your gratitude today, let's get it going. This third one says, I, Shay Wilson, am so appreciative of the joy, abundance, inspiration, and love that finds me today. I am open, I receive, I am ready. I am open, I receive, I am ready. And this is one it just came to me that I love. I expect the best case scenario in anything that happens for me today. Listen, I am expecting the best case scenario for anything that happens for me today. I love that right there. Just fires me up. I am expecting the best case scenario. The best case scenario I am looking for. So let's rock it, guys. What you guys looking for today? What you guys have you had? What are you appreciative of today? Good morning, Lorna. Good morning, gorgeous. What's happening? What are you appreciating this morning? Because we're gonna talk about systems. And I said we're talking about spiritually fit and why systems are so important, why processes are so important. And I'm not talking about goal setting. You hear me? Systems. We're talking about systems because systems is more of what you do on a daily basis to live a happy, fulfilled life. After reading a book called, actually I got it, How to Fail. It's not a spiritual book, guys. It's not a spiritual book. It's kind of a book that is self-help. It's a bigger parameter. I read a lot of different things that I'm looking at, and it's like, what is systems versus goals? And a system is something that you do every day. A system is something that you do every day to support what your goals are. You hear me? To support what your goals are. So for instance, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds, okay, if your dieting goal is to lose 20 pounds, then your system on a daily basis is to eat healthy, right? If your goal is to run a marathon, then every day you're working, your system is to go exercise and run every day to achieve the goal. You see what I'm saying? So your system is what you do on a daily basis to create a life that's happy for you, to support the goals that you have. Many times we have a system of staying at a place of peace. Is to do my prayer meditation. Is to exercise every day, is to have gratitude and do my affirmations every day. So that is my system. People ask me, how do you stay? This is because I have a system that supports what I desire. I have a system that keeps me connected to who I want to be, how I want to move spiritually, and because my spiritual is always that thing first, right? Is everybody with me on that? Come on, that the systems versus a goal. A goal is something that is either you achieve it or you don't. A goal is something that has most of us, either we are frustrated and disappointed because we can't hit the goal and we're not trusting it, but the process and the system is what we don't trust. So, or we need to change it. So come on, let's talk to me this morning. Happy Monday, guys. It's February 28th. Let's rock this thing. We're talking about spiritually fit people have systems in place that support what they want to be. And some of us ain't thought about a system. We just do it every day. We just do stuff every day that not necessarily supports who we want to be, how we want to be. It's just however the day happens to us is how that thing works. But we're talking about setting up systems in our lives that help us to be all that we can be. Come on, who talk to me? Talk to me. Can I see a comment down? No system. D-Love, good morning, D-Love. She said no system. Let me see. Lorna, good morning, D-Love. Dana, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on, jump on. I apologize that I'm continuing to learn how to walk this. Hey, no apologies necessary. We all are learning how to walk this thing. We are all learning. That is what I love about this spiritual walk. Guys, iron sharpens iron for real. You may look at me and say, man, Shay got this. No, I do not. What I do is have mistakes and failures, and then I have a system of going to sit with spirit, going to ask the questions. I will get this thing. And I'm willing to do things differently. That is probably my biggest gift. I am willing to do things differently. I don't care what age I get. I don't care. I'm willing to assess the thing. Now I'm learning on how to walk out in things. I'm willing to now get people that know better than I know, so that I don't have to know everything. I get that all the time. Prayers and meditation. Prayer and meditation, absolutely. Prayer and meditation is a thing. Mine is prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation is one piece of it. That is absolutely a system. That is absolutely a system. After the prayer and meditation, though, there are some things that we have to do. Because prayer and meditation will give us answers, build us up from the inside out, and then there's some other things we have to do after that. Come on. What we have, let me hear what you have this morning. Spiritually fit people have systems. Spiritually fit people are willing to change their systems and practices on process at any age. That's the one thing I want to know. I want to put in there. Number one, spiritually fit people do not get rigid and inflexible. Have you ever, or is this just me, been in church and we see people that have been in church all their lives? They are they're mothers and fathers of the church. They've been through some things, but they are now grouchy or rigid, or they don't seem to have any joy. You ever see that? And it's like, they know that they love God. You know this. But what is the disconnect? What is it? Are they stuck in a place? We see people on the job that's been there forever, and they just rigid, and nothing can change for them. They every day, or is it you? Or is this you? Is this you? And part of the issue is that we're no longer flexible. Everything is an argument. Everything is a pushback. We're no longer allowing spirit, God of your understanding, universe, to move us to where we need to be. We keep trying to stay somewhere or force everybody else, to be or do what we think should be done because it's always been done. Let me tell you something. This is the words right here that's going to get me. I am no longer going to say it's always been done like that. Because I see how, look, the way my situation set up with spirit is that it ain't, listen, things change. I'm going to need you, Shay, to be flexible. I'm going to need you to understand that this thing don't stay like this. Always is not a good thing. To say I've always been a certain way, that's not necessarily a good thing. That's not that. Somewhere in there, the growth should have happened. I see you, D-Love. Somewhere in there, the growth should have happened differently. This is where our systems come in. When we assess and check our systems and processes on a regular basis, I don't care what age you are, see if it's working for you. What do you want? And is it working for you? Say in your finances, in wealth building, how's your systems of money going? Do you need to change it? I don't care how it's always been. Some of us have lack consciousness because we inherited. It was just passed down. We don't even know what that means when we talk about wealth. We think that when we're paying our bills on time, that's wealth many times. And we're talking about wealth now. We are beyond the paying our bills on time situation. We have more access, more things. And this is part of the system. And here's the only reason why I'm saying about money is because money is one of the things that stresses us half to death. That is the thing. And what I'm understanding more and more is that when we get that in alignment, when we set up systems that help us to move forward, to not worry about that aspect of life, then we flourishing. We flourish. Let's see what you got. When you have been doing your system so long that when the change comes, you have to be willing to. Absolutely, Shell. You have to be willing to change. Sometimes you have to adjust your systems. We're not supposed to stay in a system necessarily that, I mean, the system may stay for this, or what you do every day, but sometimes you have to tweak it. Sometimes you have to say, wait a minute, let me do something different. If I do my meditation in a particular space, maybe Spirit is telling me, hey, why don't you walk outside today? Why don't you take a walk and do your meditation as a walk today? Why don't you, instead of going this way or using this music per se today, why don't you use this music? A friend of mine asked me when I'm listening to music, she said, you have a different variety of music. I do. I listen to all of it. But I really listen to it because I'm usually always thinking about what does this look like in life? How does that do? Am I doing good, God? You know, I'm asking God these different things, God of my understanding. And I use music to get myself out of my head and to relax myself. So I do different things. And certain times, certain music resonates with me more so than others. So my system, I have the same system, change, using music to bring me out of a certain thing, but I will use different music. So the systems can change. Where you are, where you going to work is not a system. That is just a means to an end. You hear what I'm saying? Our goal really is to be all that we can be, the best versions of ourselves, and to have freedom. Have freedom of our schedule. Listen, maybe that's just my goal. Freedom of my schedule, freedom of what I want to do, when I want to do it, when I want to do it. And so my systems now have to adjust to that. Not only does my system, my growth level, my learning and my expansion, this is why your systems are so important. They must support what you want to do. Mine is always to grow and expand into all that I want to be and to all that I want to be. So that means that I must always be learning, growing, expanding. Not afraid to step out, not being afraid. And I see why when we want to go in the Bible and it talks about do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, because many times you can only see in the spiritual realm what you're trying to go to first. You don't see it in the physical yet. So you get afraid. We get afraid of, man, I don't have that kind of money. We're looking at the bank account. Oh, that over there, man, I got to go back to school. I got to do all these different things to get to that. Oh, my God. So we get overwhelmed. And so my words to myself, and as I was in prayer last night and this morning, was basically surrender, because I know that all things are possible. I know that when I overthink, I put pressure and heaviness on myself. You hear me? So my system to deal with that is to go into meditation, which means I quiet not only my mouth, but I quiet my mind, so that I can relax, because I know that the universe source supports all that I desire to do and be. And all I have to do is settle down and just keep being aware of what the mind said. Anybody got me on that? Anybody got me on that? Come on with it. So our system, spiritually fit people, it's our system. So what is your, now let's say what a goal is. A goal is a specific objective that you either achieve or you don't. Okay. A system supports what you do on a daily basis for our happiness, for our joy. So many of us, I just talked about finances in whatever area, maybe savings, whatever, what is your systems in your goals for that? What is your system to support your goals in that? And we really want to talk about systems, because systems is what we do on a daily basis, how we think on a daily basis. Sometimes our thought processes, our system of thought, the way we think doesn't support what we're trying to do either. And we need to check that. I just did a self-check thing. And when I have my mastermind course later on this month, that we're going to talk about what systems, how we think. Does our thought, our belief system support what we can do? Many of us are in, listen, let me get this, let's see. Let's get into our systems for our health and wellness. Our systems for our health and wellness. We don't have a system. We just kind of doing stuff. We don't have a system of whether we eat well, whether we walking or working out every day. Remember, a system is something you do every day. I was talking to a friend of mine about being a spiritual warrior and a warrior in a different way. I used to use my muscle and brawn to keep my mind and my ego in check, my pride in check. But now I realize how this thing works more in my head. It's more in my spirit and my heart and how I move in the world now. But my physical health is not a distraction. Many times our health is a distraction. And what happens is that our systems of what we eat on a daily basis, whether we work out or not on a daily basis, what we ingest mentally, physically, what we see, what we listen to on TV, what we look at on social media affects our health. So your system for your health to be a spiritual warrior, to be a gladiator, to be a game changer is not conducive, because we ingest things that are absolutely poisonous to where we're trying to go. Anybody feel me on that? No, I don't want to get into the health thing, because listen, I keep saying part of us are distracted by aches and pains right now. Aches, pains, this, and we're not doing anything to help our bodies or our mental because we hurt. But it's counterintuitive. You have to find something that helps you to move your body. I say this time and time again, trauma, drama, sadness, grief hits us at a cellular level, and it stays in our body unless you do something physical to get that out. Not only are you drinking water and taking care of your body in that manner, but you're also physically doing something so that you can get that out, the release. All right. I'm not going to beat that into things. Our spirituality, do you have a system for your spiritual growth? I know many of us, and I don't know it's judgment on this. We don't use our spirituality to really believe that we can go out after our dreams, and we don't use it. We only use it in dramatic, somebody's sick, kind of thing, somebody's family lost someone or what have you. We don't use it on a regular basis. We don't have a system of our spirituality to know that when you have a daily practices, that when you come into a hardship, it doesn't take you out. You can stand in it, feel it, and still know that you're going to come out of it. Because life still happens. Life happens. But when your spiritual practices can support you when things come up, because life happens, then you're not taken out. You're not hopeless, because your spiritual practices support you during the times that you're not 100%, during the times that you're extra stressed by life, during the times that things come in and just kind of take the wind out of you. You know what I mean? So your system to support your spirituality, and it's not about going to church. I love, that's great. But it's your individual relationship with the God of your understanding, with spirit, with universe, with source. It's your individual relationship. You want to be a powerhouse. Spiritually fit people do that because they are built from the inside out. They understand we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. All right. And in our relationships, what systems support our relationships for the healthiest, most loving things possible? And it starts with us individually who are in the relationship, how we take care of ourselves, how we love ourselves, and then it out pictures on the systems that you in place for your relationships with others, whether it's your friends, whether it's your spouses, your partners, your relationships on the job. What systems do you have in place to have loving, harmonious, supportive relationships? I'm working on that myself in doing certain things. I was just writing down some things last night. What systems can support me in being more available, being more out for relationships that I find valuable? What does that look like to me? And that's going to require me to get out of my comfort zone, because I am an introvert and extrovert. I'm both. Listen, but I spend a lot of time, I recharge a lot of times by myself. So it looks different a lot of times. For some people, like, I thought you were out all the time. No, I'm not. I'm not. I got to study reading that, because that matters to me. My study reading, that time thing matters to me. And there you go. All right, guys. So Check this out, share, like, look at it. This is something that really spiritually fit people have systems. You may have goals, but do you have systems to support what you want to be in life? And this is tough because this means habit changing. This is what this is saying. You have habits that support who you want to be, not who you were back then, who you want. Today, we get to say who we want to be, so find the systems that will support. This is a lifestyle change. I'm not talking about goals and everything. I'm talking about spiritual fit people are teachable, flexible, and have processes and systems in place that support that. All right, guys, check it out. I gotta go. Got my mastermind class on March 24th starts this month. Check out the details. If you have any questions, message me. I will get back to you. Let's rock it. Remember, expect the best case scenarios today. Expect the best case scenarios today. Quit playing. Have an amazing day. Let's go get it. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Boom. Bye, guys.